this week is book week, as I foolishly suggested last week. I'm reading a series of books at the moment. I'm also got to start reading The Fault in Our Stars, which is in my college bag to remind me to start reading it, because Rob is probably going to want that back soon. I know he said, no, it doesn't matter when you give it back to me, but I'm guessing he will want it back soon, so I should probably start reading that. But I need to finish these off first. This is the Chaos Walking series. The other books in that series are what is holding my laptop up to stop it from overheating. And then I have another book down there which I don't know the name of, that I need to read before Easter holidays, because I'm guessing my friend Hannah, who gave them to me before she went to uni in October, would like them back at some point, because I believe her brother wants to read them, I think. It's a really good book. So far I've only read the first one, not even the whole way through. First one is called The Knife of Never Letting Go, and it's about the New World. So it's set in the future where a ship has travelled over to another planet to set up another Earth, basically. But they're men of God, basically. So they've got preachers and stuff, and they all believe in a higher power and things like this. The main character in it is a boy called Todd Hewitt. I can't pronounce the name of the town that they apparently live in, but the town, as far as he knows, that's the only town that there is. Girls do not exist. Girls died in the war between the people who landed there and the aliens known as the Spackles. Apparently the girls died due to this germ, which then made all of the men who are alive be able to hear each other's thoughts. And basically there's 14 months in a 13 months in a year, and when a boy turns 13 they get to know, they get told stuff because they turn a man. And Todd Hewitt is he's 100 and something days away from being 13 and knowing everything. He's the last boy in this town. Everyone else is men. And the people who look after him are best friends with were best friends with his mother. And his mother wrote Todd a book, but education was banned after all the women died. So Todd can't read that well and doesn't know what the book says. Basically, the people looking after him say, when he goes out to the marsh or swamp at one point and finds silence, so a place where your noise can't be heard, and it's in his noise, so the people in his town can hear it, and he gets back to the house and the people looking after him hear it, and they tell him he has to go. They pack his bags and they send him off. They said it's always been the plan that he would leave, and they give him his mother's book and he leaves, and he goes to the swamp and he's got this map and it's showing him to go somewhere, but Todd doesn't think that there's anywhere else to go, because he thinks they're the only village or town there, or people on that planet. And he goes to the swamp and looks for the choir, and it turns out the choir is a little girl. Well, not a little girl, a girl his age. So girls still do exist. Turns out this girl was on a bigger spaceship that has been sent over and been travelling for hundreds of years. She was born on this spaceship, and she was sent down as a scouter with her parents in a scouter ship to look for people on the planet. And the ship crashed and both her parents died and she lived. So they follow this map, travel over this bridge, and the mayor of the town he was just in tries to kill him, so they blow up the bridge. They get to this town, the mayor pillages this town, but he finds out that in this town the women are not dead, but the germ is still there, but the germ hasn't killed the women, so it's made people be able to hear the men's noise, but you can't hear the women's noise. So they go through other towns, and the mayor of his town pillages that town, and he thinks it's to get him back, until he finds the person looking after him in another town who's been following him to make sure he's okay. And it turns out that it's not, that the mayor is waging war against everyone on the planet who does not follow his orders. Basically, he wants to kill all the women, and Todd finds out that when he was when they first arrived there, The germ was already there. It wasn't released as war. So they killed the Spackle for no reason, because the Spackle weren't waging war on them. Spackle is still alive, the aliens, but they just hide a lot. The women in his town were dead because the mayor killed them, because he couldn't stand them being able to hear his thoughts, but him not being able to hear their thoughts. And that is basically how that book ends. There is a dog in it, and yeah, stuff happens to that poor little dog. The dog is very simple. It just says Todd a lot and barks in pain. Yeah, so that has been Book Club. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.